Group B will present to you one of the topic from the case study. Our topic is livestock industry. So for the first point, I will leave to the presenter to present their idea, right?
Alright, now we will start with the first subtopic, which is production of meat and milk per year by using the self-sufficiency ratio SSR. What is SSR? The self-sufficiency ratio SSR calculates the percentage of food consumed and produced domestically. It defines whether the production of agricultural commodities for a country is sufficient to meet the domestic needs. The higher the ratio, the greater the self-sufficiency. SSR is being used by our country, Malaysia, and our country is one of the countries that have the highest SSR in the world. High SSR can ensure our country food security, food import, and food export. If our country livestock is already sufficient for the domestical needs, we will increase our country's export food. This can help the development of the country's economy. As we can see in the picture here, which is the self-sufficiency ratio SSR for the year 2019, which is for the livestock, there is beef, pork, mutton, fresh milk, chicken, chicken and duck egg, and poultry meat. And as we can see here, there are the percentage. Some of it is higher than 100% and some is lower than 100%. What does this mean? When the SSR is 100%, it means that the rate of food production is equal to the food consumption. If it is greater than 100, it shows that we produce more food than we consume. For the excess food, some will be exported to the other country. And if it is below than 100%, it means we consume more than we produce. Thus, this is why some of the food we need to import from the other country. The SSR helps the farmer and the people who work in agricultural industry to estimate the food production to meet the market demand. So you can refer to the Department of Statistics Malaysia website to see more example of agricultural commodities besides of the livestock. Next, my friend will continue to explain in detail on SSR of livestock in Malaysia for meat and milk.
Okay, I will continue the presentation. So here I will explain about the SSR for chicken and duck egg first. So we can see that chicken and duck egg meat has 113.6 SSR is over 100%. That we can conclude that the produce is higher than consumed. So next is poultry meat. Poultry meat here is 98.2%, it nearly 100%. So we can conclude that we are consume more than produce. So the next one for me is the pork. So we can see that the pork has 93.2% of SSR. That is nearly to 100%. So we can also conclude that the SSR is consumed more than produce. So as you can see at the graph is like same goes to the other years. Is only increase and decrease a little bit. Okay, I will pass for next present.
Okay, so next I will present about the three bottom SSR, which is or the full name is self-sufficient ratio. The first one is fresh milk with a percentage 59.3%, and the second one is beef with a percentage 23.7%, and the third one is mutton with a percentage of 12.1%. Okay, as Scott mentioned before, as we observe the graph, we can see that the three products that I mentioned before is below 100. So it is insufficient to fulfill the local needs. So we have to import some of the product to bring it in Malaysia to fulfill the local needs. So what actually the factors of this to happen is because One of the factors is because the lack of economic scale. What actually mean by lack of economic scale? Lack of economic scale actually because of the sometimes the production required a lot of cost and a lot of model and also a lot of budget. So the company, but the production, the products produced is less. So the company feel that there is no significant or importance or the advantage for them to produce a lot of this product. So that's why this product doesn't catch the interest of the company to produce more about its product. So I think that's all for the self-sufficient ratio. We will proceed to the next slide.
Okay, now I will talk about raw materials used by local to feed the livestock. First, raw materials that used to feed dairy cattle such as Sahiwal Frisian cattle, AMG and Jersey cattle are barley, corn, oats, wheat, and all of these ingredients will often processed to be fed to the cows, while molasses, wheat pulp, and soybean meal are purchased from a feed mill. Not all these carbohydrate sources are used as other sources are needed to complement the forage to meet the nutritional requirements of the cows. Most dairy farmers will work with nutritionists to create a feed ration that is best suited for their cows, since high quality feed is important for a cow's health and in milk production. This is why the animals are fed with high quality feed to ensure the animals remain healthy and can produce a top quality milk. But there are some dairy farmers that use the byproduct from commercial food processors such as potato waste, fruit and vegetable waste. Since dairy cattle are excellent recyclers, and can take these unwanted byproducts and have great nutritional value and use them in their diets while reducing the amount of grain cows eat. This all for me. Okay, next we will proceed to the raw material import from local, which is the remaining depends primarily on locally available feedstock, with only some supplementation provided by importing ingredients. The major local materials used are crop residues and other agro-industrial byproducts such as palm kernel cake, which is PKC, copra cake, rice bran, oil palm oil, sago, tapioca, and broken rice. Uh, the example is the rice bran is imported from Thailand and China. The tapioca is imported from Thailand, and the broken rice is imported from India and Myanmar. These are sources of the countries they imported from. Uh, Next is the feed constitutes a large proportion of the cost of production in any livestock industry. Raw ingredients for animal feeds are not produced in Malaysia. As such, the intensive livestock industry, particularly poultry, are dependent on imported feedstock. The imported ingredients range from cereal grains, vegetable, and animal proteins such as soybean meal, corn, gluten meal, fish meal, and meat and bone meal, mineral salts, and various micro ingredients, vitamin, minerals, and other additives used to improve feed efficiency and growth. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Right, let's proceed to the livestock diseases and treatment. So the first disease is called Cystosporidium, which is a protozoan parasite that causes cryptosporidius, which is a gastrointestinal disease that can infect humans and livestock. And the common livestock that they infect is cattle. Right, and the effects of this disease is it will cause an gastrointestinal infection with which it will infect a tract from the mouth to the anus of the livestock, and it will lead to the acute diarrhea that may lead to morbidity and mortality. The reason behind this is because the livestock will lose a large amount of water and nutrient from their body due to the severe diarrhea that they have. Right, for the treatment, for now there are no effective or approved treatment, but there are several prevention for the or we can reduce the spread of the disease. One of them, we can have an anti-diarrheal medicine that may help slow down diarrhea. Apart from that, we can provide the livestock with an intensive supportive care by provide them with nutritional support to give them energy to fight disease and provide an adequate amount of nutrient for them to repair their body. For the next disease, we have blue tongue, which is a disease transmitted by midges, and they infect most of the domestic and wild ruminants, and also camelids. Right? One of the way for them to transmit is by the unhygienic practices, which is contaminated surgical equipment or hypodermic needles. The effects of the blue tongue to the livestock is the livestock will have a swelling in the mouth, head, and neck. They have a drooling, severe fever, and tiredness. Right. For the treatment, the same goes for the blue tongue. There are no and approved treatment, but we can administer the livestock with aloe vera along with banana fruits smeared with sesame oil to prevent the disease to spread to other livestock. Alright, for the next point, I will pass to the other presenter to present.
Okay, the next diseases is blue cellosis, and the transmission is the mode of entry is by ingestion or via conjunctiva. The abortive fetus, vaginal discharge, and milk from infected goods contain a large number of organisms, and the effect is do not breed or have a reproductive problems. And the treatment is a non-adequate treatment, and the prevention is this. This is based on the hygiene, vaccination, testing, and disposal. Good management practice is essential, and separate quarters should be provided for kidding. Immunization can be done with attenuated as well as kill vaccines. And the last diseases is anthrax, a highly infectious and fatal disease of cattle. And the transmission is swallowing anthrax spores while grazing on pasture contaminated with anthrax spores. And the effect is sudden death and trembling, high temperature. Next, difficulty breathing, collapse, and convulsion before death, and high fever. And the treatment is due to the acute nature of the disease resulting in sudden death. Treatment is usually not possible in animals, even though anthrax bacilli are clients. In the most cases, early treatment can cure anthrax. The cutaneous form of anthrax can be treated with common antibiotic. Okay, next I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, now I will present the problems and issues of livestock production. So, the first problem is all the livestock are kept in a narrow and unstructured environment, which prevents species-specific behavior. Therefore, this will lead to stress, restlessness, aggressiveness, and frustration. So, the next problem is risk from poor health, infections, and susceptibility to diseases are increasing. These diseases are from old and new pathogens that continue to emerge with changes to global climate and agricultural practices. So for the next problem, I will pass to Aisha to proceed the presentation.
For the third point, for the problems and issues of livestock production is the lack of quality breed. This is because in Malaysia, the famous breed type is KK Kedah Kelantan. So in order to solve this situation, maybe the government and the NGO should encourage the scientific research for cattle breed, especially in the beef production. So the next point is the absence of stock routes and conflict between herders and farmers. Herders are the one that tend to herd animals and do not remain at a fixed location, and farmers are the one who are growing crops and also taking care of the animals and stay in a fixed location. So the issue that might be happening between these two is maybe the trespassing of the boundaries. So in order to fix the situation, maybe the government or any agencies can try to make a peaceful arrangement between these two. And the fifth point is the poor quality feed and forage. This is might be because of the environment, and also the farmers do not have a proper practice when before handling the animals. So in order to solve this, maybe the farmers will need to have a basic education in order to take care of the animals or the cattle in a very right way. So next, I'm going to pass to the next presenter.
Right, for the next problems and issues of livestock production is, like as we know, recently there was a forgery of halal certificate by the local meat cartel, and this shows that meat cartel industry misuse of halal certification. And then the next problem is environmental issues that impact livestock production, including global warming, tropical deforestation, and water issues. From us, thank you.